Time now for this week's shocking stat. Well, I think the best thing about Money Talks, by the way, whether you like what I do or not, it's that we talk about major trends before they become obvious. I mean, it's a little too late after the fact. Be it the impact of technology on jobs. Just talked to Michael Berry about the sort of anti-establishment trend, which was part of the reason that we could predict the Brexit vote. We predicted Trump's election here. We talked about the European sovereign debt crisis about 3 years in advance. It was obvious to me. If you had just followed our advice, by the way, and switched into Canadian dollars or switched into US dollars from the Canadian back in 2012, late 2012, 2013, you would have done extremely well. Which brings me to one of the main themes on Money Talks, the massive social and financial changes that are about to be brought about by unfunded pension liabilities. I mean, simply put, some people are not going to receive the benefits they've been promised. And this will not be about politics. That's a tough one for people who see the world through politics. No, it won't matter who's in power. It's about the math. We know how many people are retiring. We know how much we've promised to pay them. Hence, we know how much it will cost. And finally, we know how much we've set aside combined with how much we're going to collect along the way to those retirement benefits. And there's a massive shortfall. If you think there's a growing disillusionment now, by the way, with government, growing lack of confidence in government, which are huge trends, implications for the economy and finance and your personal finances, well, just wait till this one hits. And that brings me to today's shocking stat. We've said all along that the problem is going to manifest itself at the local, state/provincial level. Why? Because they can't print up the money. So I want to talk about Illinois and their public pension system going broke. In 1987, listen to these numbers. 1987, pension promises made to active workers and retirees in the public sector totaled $18 billion. Here we are, 2016, the latest numbers. That number is now $208 billion in promises. That's a 1,067% increase. That's 5 times faster and higher than the state's revenues now. They grew only 236%. 9 times more than household incomes grew, and 120, inflation, which was up only 111%. So there you go. The culprit, by the way, is really straightforward. Politicians overpromised, but then they made unrealistic forecasts about future returns inside the pensions. So let's say if the pension was going to double every year, well, they wouldn't have had to put any money in. Well, that's what's happened. They made unrealistic forecasts. Well, now it's coming home to roost. Something is going to give. And now it's sooner than later. The math doesn't work. It does not add up. So you got choices. You could have massive tax hikes. City of Chicago, $20 billion unfunded municipal pension problem. So they've raised taxes, property tax, about 33%. By the way, didn't even make a dent in it. You could have a major cut to benefits to retirees. That's another way of doing it. You get a combination of the two, or you literally just have government spending on public sector pensions and not on anything else. It's all of those things, but one of them or some combination is a guarantee at this point. The pension crisis is coming soon, and as I say, the social implications, financial implications, and investment implications are profound, which is why I continue to talk about it and continue to get the signposts how far and how far we've come, how close we are to the next problem.